Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome. Today is going to be a little bit of an unusual tarot reading. I'm going to do a reading on Harold Holt and what actually happened to him. So this is something that might only appeal to Australians because he is or was a Prime Minister of Australia that went missing one day while swimming at the beach. And his body was never found, and it's sort of a mystery as to what actually did happen to him. And yesterday I was watching a video on the Mandela Effects surrounding the JFK assassination. And I left a comment in the video and under the video, and somebody connected with me and said, what did I think happened with Harold Holt? So I've pulled some cards, some Rider-Waite and a couple of unicorn cards to see if we can see why this happened with Harold Holt. Where did he go? Did he die? What prompted this to happen? So I'm going to refer to the first unicorn card. So it is the You Are Gifted card. And this is him. This is Harold Holt. Very intelligent and talented. So he was an intelligent and talented Prime Minister. He was a good person. From the reading of these cards, he did a lot and spent a lot of time thinking about how he could help the people that he represented. But the first set of cards are about his life prior to his disappearance. So he had a lot of joy in his life. He was very content in his life. See, all four of the wands are firmly grounded, firmly planted in the ground, and nobody's holding them up. They are freestanding. So the joy that he had was very solid and very real in his life. Now, the second card is the Ten of Swords. So something happened to bring him down, to put him on the ground, to something. It could be, we will have a look in a minute, it could be something external or something internal to him. But something happened to bring him down. And it caused him to, in a way, redirect his life. The next card is the Knight of Cups. So he was a knight in shining armor. He was somebody that came from a place of love and care and was concerned about the people in his life and the people that he represented. So something happened, whatever that Ten of Swords was about. So let's draw a card to have a look and see if we can see what the Ten of Swords was about, what that moment was. Okay, so this is the Chariot. So in reading this card in this spread, he wanted to move forward, I believe, in a way, strongly and powerfully. But obviously, that came to a halt. That's what I think was the moment that brought him down. He had all these ideas to move forward, all of these plans of moving forward and helping and being a fantastic Prime Minister. But that was all halted. The Chariot basically was unable to move forward. His thoughts, his ideas, his plans came to a halt. So the next line is the actual moment or reason why he disappeared. And in pulling the cards for that, I will actually look at the unicorn card first as well, which is, if you're to interpret it, I will interpret it this way. Underneath it says, run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you energy and happiness. So the words in there are swim, because he actually apparently died and got lost while swimming in the ocean. But it says will bring him energy and happiness. So that day when he made that decision to go swimming and to actually choose to disappear was wanting to find happiness, wanting to find a different life. Now, the first card is the devil card. So there was a devil, in a way, on his back that prompted him to disappear that day. I tend to think it's something external. Something happened to him. Somebody did something that brought him down. And this is that devil. That is that external, nefarious force. Now, we could, I'm just looking to see if I can draw. What I might do is draw a second card on that devil. What is that devil? What is that force that caused him to disappear that day? So the card is the Hanged Man. So he was hung up in a way. He was held up. I don't believe he was hung, but I believe his movements were stopped. He was not able to move forward in the direction that he wanted. So he just ceased being able to plan to move in that direction. His the second card in that is the Page of Cups. So here he is at the water's edge. So he's doing this. He's making this decision and making it for himself. He's making a taking this decision, taking this step as a gesture of love towards self. It's something that he hasn't done before. He needed to do this for his own care, for his own value and love and worth. So he was doing something that he'd never done before, in a way, putting himself first. The next card is the Six of Pentacles. So he was somebody who helped the poor. He was helped the poor, or helped people that needed help. He was a generous person, but it got out of balance. He had to make a choice between himself and the people that he represented. And I think he chose himself. He chose his own life and his own quality of life for himself. The next card is about loss. So he had to let something go. He had to experience the grief of moving away from a life that he wanted, had chosen, and he had to let it go. It was a very a time of grief for him to make this decision. So his life after this choice, he had a lot of emotions come up that were very difficult to deal with. So bottom line, I don't think he drowned. I think he made the decision to disappear because of something external bringing him to a rock bottom place. He had a lot of inner turmoil about this. He had a lot of emotions that he never maybe ever processed fully, maybe never fully understood, because this card is about not wanting to feel those emotions that we have deep within us. So it was an emotionally challenging time after this. He went through like sort of a battle. He went through a conflict, but ultimately the conflict is less than he would have gone through if he had stayed and kept walking on the path that was unfolding for him. So these guys are, this is mock battle. So this is less of a battle, less of a trauma than if he had stayed. So it was challenging. It was something that he had to understand and deal with within himself, but it wasn't as serious as if he had stayed. So the next card is the Strength card, which is being kind to yourself. So again, ultimately, he made this decision for himself, to look after himself, to be kind to himself. And the final Unicorn card is the Simplicity card. So he lived a very simple life after this. He lived very quietly, wherever that was, I don't know, but he lived under the radar. He didn't try to be seen. He wanted to have a very simple, uncomplicated life, which is what he did. So that's the Harold Holt mystery. Something happened with him, which is represented by the Ten of Swords and the Devil. Something external brought him down, and he had to make a choice between himself and the journey that he had planned to be somebody that helped others, helped the people that he represented. And so he had to back off and ultimately disappear. And it was tough for him emotionally to do that, but ultimately, in the long run, it was for him, a choice he made for him. And he ended up living a very quiet, simple life. So thanks for listening. If this was interesting and you have any other readings you would like me to do, just leave a comment below. So have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye-bye.